Hey Chris, my arms are fucking stuck like this. And now I gotta walk like a douchebag for the rest of my life. Anyway, Vampire Survivor again. We haven't played this since they introduced the Among Us collab. Do y'all remember that?
I think you're fucking with me, but okay.
No, seriously. What's the word? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Vampire Survivor did a collab with Among Us. It's like how Dead by Daylight is doing a collab with Five Nights at Freddy's.
Huh. Poland declared war on the USSR in 1920 and won.
Hell yeah, Poland.
The heiress to the Brock's candy fortune disappeared in 1977 and was presumably murdered because she threatened to expose the horse murder scandal, in which expensive show horses were killed to collect insurance money.
Jesus Christ. What'd they do with all the horse meat?
Dog food.
I thought it went into the candy. If I was in charge of a candy company, I would put horse meat in the candy if I'm trying to cover up a scandal.
Yeah, it was Helen Brock.
I think making candy could be fun.
Apparently, she was reporting on. She was declared legally dead in 1984. Went missing in 1977, and was apparently like an informant testifying about the horse murders on Silas Jane and Richard Bailey. More than a decade after her disappearance, Bailey was formally charged but not convicted of conspiring to murder Brock. He eventually received a full sentence of 30 years.
I simply would not murder horses for insurance money.
Wayne Gretzky was so dominant in fantasy hockey that many leagues had to split his stats into two players, Gretzky goals and Gretzky assists.
What the fuck?
During the Spanish Inquisition, there was a popular phrase, "It is the goods that are the heretics," meaning that it was widely recognized to be about money, not faith. Snorri Thorfinnsson was the first European to be born in North America. He was born near modern-day New England around 1000 AD.
Good for him.
Last remaining Chi-Chi's restaurant was located in Vienna, Austria, and closed their location in 2022.
I gotta know, what type of food did Chi-Chi's offer? Because if I'm gonna be real honest, Chi-Chi sounds like a booby bar.
Chi-Chi's can either refer to a defunct Mexican food restaurant chain found in the United States in 1976, which continued in Europe after the North American owner declared bankruptcy in full in 2004, or to its namesake brand of Mexican food grocery products and produced and marketed when the original North American restaurant chain owner sold the rights to use its name on said products in 1987.
Okay, so it is not a booby bar. I see.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. The Ignalia nuclear power plant located in eastern Lithuania is identical to the Chernobyl plant in Pripyat. The plant remained operational in 2009 and was used for the set of the HBO Chernobyl miniseries.
Okay, I've never watched the Chernobyl miniseries, but I hear it's super depressing.
Well, yeah, because it's about a super depressing event.
Wait, I thought the Chernobyl... I'm kidding. I know Chernobyl was super depressing and super fucked up.
One thing about Chernobyl that I was always told that apparently was not true was that there was water flooding the event because they turned on like the sprinklers in the disaster, but none of the things like were draining out, so it was going to flood the thing and just send all this like radioactive waste to the surrounding landscape. If that people didn't go in and manually open them. Buddy, you're fine. Sleep, you have a nightmare. Sorry, the dog's being weird.
No, it's fine.
He was like barking and whining in his sleep. Anyway, and I believe it was 3 people went in and manually opened them. And that is true. That's the actual thing that happened. I was told those people died immediately. They didn't. They lived like 30 years.
Oh, yeah.
We've talked about this before.
No. I don't think we've talked about it before, but they were hailed as heroes by the Russian government and like given like medals, right, or something. Because I think a character from Coraline is supposed to be a reference to like that group of people who like went into the Chernobyl site to help like clean it.
So it was Alexei Ananenko, Valery Bespalvo, and Boris Baranov. There were 3 men made up Chernobyl's suicide squad.
Damn.
Bravely entered the base of the nuclear reactor trying to save the lives of millions of people. I'm looking them up right now. So in May 6, 1986, plant mechanical engineers, the people I just listed, Ananiko Bespalvo and Boris Baranov, navigated through a series of underground corridors located beneath the 4th reactor building, which had become flooded by firefighting and coolant water days prior. The location to open and release valves to drain the water. Each engineer wore 2 dosimeters, one attached to their chest and one around their ankle. Nico was familiar with the layout, brought an adjustable spanner, which he planned to use in case the valve became stuck. The men moved quickly to prevent acute radiation exposure. The mission was completed without complication.
Oh.
In 2018, the men were awarded the Order for Courage by Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko. And during the April 2018 ceremony, the Chernobyl new safe confinement structure in the background Poroshenko noted that 3 men had been quickly forgotten at the time, with the Soviet news agency still hiding many of the details of the catastrophe. It presumed that there had been reported that all 3 men had died and had been buried in tightly sealed zinc coffins. Nico and Bespalvo received their awards in person, while Baranov, who died in 2005 of a heart attack, was awarded his posthumously.
So they didn't die, they were just reported to be dead by the government because they wanted to cover it up more.
And Nico is still alive.
No.
So is Bespalvo.
Damn.
Well, as Boris Baranov died of a heart attack.
Maybe the radiation was the friends that we made along the way. What?
Huh. Interesting.
You know, fun thing about Vampire Survivor is I know how long we've been recording without even having to look at OBS.
That's nice. How long have we been recording?
Around 7 minutes.
Okay.
That's not necessarily correct to form because what's the word? The game pauses occasionally when I pick up a power up, so it might be a little bit more, it might be a little less. Who knows?
So accusing someone of being a witch was illegal in most of medieval Europe, since the church held that witches didn't exist. So it was a heretical claim. It was typically a heretical claim with a few exceptions.
Yeah, yeah, and the only reason why witch hunting and like accusing of witches got so super popular is because it was some guy back in the medieval times. He was crazy. He wrote like the witch hunting like book or whatever. The
You know about Matthew Hopkins?
I think so. Yeah. Like the only reason like
An English witch hunter, his career flourished during the English Civil War.
yes,
1600s.
I think that is the case. And the reason why he only like got into witch hunting is because he just had several like misogynistic issues with one of his neighbors, and he tried to keep like getting her like, you know, condemned or whatever, and the church kept on being like, look, she isn't breaking any laws. We're gonna hold you in contempt of court if you don't fuck off. Yeah, he was crazy. Walk like a douchebag for the rest of my life.
Snails can sleep for up to 3 years at a time without the need to eat.
Huh. I wonder what snails dream of.
Snitties. And Snurge.
I mean, well, I'm not surprised you said that.
Snarf.
And I can take a dagger to your life. Something, yeah. Hoiser.
More Canadian soldiers died from suicide than from combat in the recent 10-year war in Afghanistan.
Damn.
Around 81% of small businesses in the United States have 0 employees.
How does that work?
So if you're the owner, you're not listed as the employee.
Ah.
Platypuses are biofluorescent, with research study in 2020 finding that they glow bluish-green when exposed to black light. So here's a hypothetical for you. Would you rather be known as the man who shit his pants at like the Met Gala or whatever, like insert fancy event, or they don't really do gaming awards or anything anymore, do they?
Sort of. There's like there is the gaming awards or whatever, but like they kind of suck now. But okay, so shit myself at a fancy event or
Jizz your pants at a fancy event.
I feel like jizzing myself would be easier to cover up.
Oh no, this is infamous. It becomes infamous. This is like one of the things you're best known for.
Oh, ooh. Oh, okay, yeah, no, I take it back. I think I would rather shit myself. Because, like...
You like the Australian Prime Minister.
What?
Hang on a second. It's literally the second result after the missing one. So, Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison apparently shit himself in a McDonald's restaurant 20 years ago.
Okay. Well, okay, do you want to hear my reasoning on why I would rather shit myself at a fancy event instead of, like, jizzing myself?
What? Go ahead.
Okay, sorry, I thought you were going to say something more about the guy. Well, okay, so, at the end of the day, if I shit myself at, like, at an event, people are going to be like, oh, he just probably ate something bad or something. If I jizz myself at a major event, it's...
Oh my god, the incident has been immortalized by a bronze plaque outside the McDonald's to this day.
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead.
But yeah, if, like, as I was saying, if I shit myself at, like a fancy event, like, where a lot of people would see it, I feel like people would be like, oh, he just, like, you know, he, like, had, like, a stomach bug or, like, food poisoning or something. If I jizzed myself and, like, everybody could see that I creamed my pants, it's over for me. I would probably be labeled as, like, a sex pest or something. Like, why the fuck did Oremaster 101, like, climax I guess
there's a couple instances where you could maybe spit it in your face if it was like you were at the porn awards or something.
I mean, yeah, that. But can you explain why you ejaculated at the Teen Choice Awards? And it's like, I got nothing. So yeah, I would rather shit myself because at the end of the day, shit's easier to clean up.
Is it?
I mean, at the end of the day, a shit stain's just a shit stain. A jizz stain is embedded on your soul.
Good point.
Okay, which would you rather do then? I'm curious.
According to radiocarbon dating, the earliest known walls of Jericho date to around 7,825 BC, more than twice as old as most of the pyramids. Or of the infamous three pyramids. And Scotland has over 30,000 lakes, but only one official lake.
Yes, the Loch Ness.
Well, bye guys, gals, no binary bells.
Among Us!